Hello again, everyone. My name is David Melchone. I'm the creator of popcornhealth.com, and I'm sitting here again today with Matt Steele, who is the owner and head coach of CrossFit Viera. The topic today is CrossFit dangerous? Matt, I know this is a hot topic. A lot of people have pretty strong opinions about it. What is your opinion? If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I'm not sure about joining CrossFit, is it dangerous? What would you tell them?
I would first say no way, it's not dangerous. We have a bunch of people from all different ages that do CrossFit. I think the biggest piece that people think is that they can come into a gym, maybe their friend works out in here, and they can go ahead and be like their peer, or they see an elite athlete on television and they're like, well, that guy can do it, or that lady can do it, and I can hop right in and start right away because I've got some workout experience and I'm ready to rock and roll. And I think that ups the danger of it, of injury or something happening, is people need to stop kind of following their peer a little bit or the elite athlete and understand there's a little bit of a stepping stone method to this.
Right.
What do you think as a physical therapist? Do you get people asking you that often, or any opinions about it?
I have a lot of opinions about it. Unfortunately, I do see some CrossFit athletes who are injured, but then again, I see athletes of every sport who are injured.
Sure.
And that's where it's at. CrossFit is a sport, and like any sport, there is inherent risks.
Mm-hmm.
CrossFit combines high intensity with overhead Olympic lifting. Things are going to happen. Yeah. But I think one of the interesting things is I don't see a lot of 18 or 20-year-olds coming into the clinic with CrossFit injuries, or many other injuries with other sports for that matter, unless it's an ACL from a soccer player or a football player or something like that. So I think part of the reason CrossFit may get a bad rap as having a higher prevalence of injury is because you look at the age and the demographic of the people participating.
Sure.
So the people coming into the clinic, they're the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, the 50-year-olds. So, is it just that it's CrossFit and the exercises are dangerous, or is it just the fact that these people have pre-existing conditions, and when they're doing these higher intensity Olympic moves, it's just kind of bringing it to light?
Yeah, I agree. I think it exposes it a little bit more. The gymnastics, the Olympic weightlifting, or just lifting in general kind of exposes that. But I think that can be kind of minimized down by coaching. I think a lot of people think coaching is just running someone through a workout and just making sure everyone has a good time in their hour class, and it's more to that. It's having some potency with the program and implementing it as a coach is one of the toughest jobs to do, but it's also one of the most rewarding to the athletes. There needs to be stepping stone moments I mentioned before for any athlete coming in, whether it's an elite athlete or someone starting from the very beginning. And that could be starting with an on-ramp program, or taking that elite athlete that may have a background or knowledge of strength or conditioning and making sure you're getting them started the right way in CrossFit. Let's face it, it's a different workout program than any other, especially when you ramp up the intensity. So a good program and good coaching implements good mechanics, being consistent in those mechanics, and then adding in the high intensity. And so many people have it backwards, where they just want the intensity because they know it yields really good results. But you need to have a good structure there and have those stepping stone moments of taking the time to develop the movements, taking the time to go ahead and be consistent in them, and then add on the intensity. It takes a little bit of time, but it works.
And to tail on to that too, because I'm definitely a big believer that coaching is one of the main reasons that you can prevent injuries. But there's got to be common sense too. And you got to know thyself. If you're suffering from a shoulder injury, you have a pre-existing rotator cuff tear, maybe you should think twice about doing that muscle up, unless you've properly rehabbed. And potentially, if you're going through a prep class and you have a really good coach, they're going to find that for you. They're going to see that lack of mobility or lack of stability in the shoulder. But at the end of the day, if you feel pain, you got to listen to your body. So there's a certain amount of accountability and common sense.
Yep, and that brings me to my final point, is that we used to have on our old gym written on the floor, check your ego. And people just need to check their egos when they come inside. They may have a background of being a weightlifter, strength lifter, gymnastics, endurance runner. They may come in and think that, hey, I'm ready to rock and roll and go. And as a coach, we've got to rein that back, show them that, hey, there's a process to this. You may shorten the learning curve a little bit, but you've got to go ahead and take time and practice the sport of fitness or the program of CrossFit, and not just hop right into doing butterfly pull-ups if you haven't done a strict pull-up before. So one of the biggest challenges is telling people to go ahead and say, hey, slow down, take your time, you're going to get it, and then we can speed up the process as time goes on, instead of having people just come right in and say, hey, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good, coach, I got this. And more times than none, every time that happens, that athlete has a higher risk of getting injured, and it's tough, but as a coach, you're like, hey, I told you so, I'm trying to rein you back.
Yeah.
I think the more that CrossFit comes around, people are starting to understand that. Take the time, build the movements. It's a lifetime of fitness. You have the sport to be able to exert energy as a sport for the sport of fitness, but just take the time.
So in summary, I think we both agree that CrossFit, it has some risks, but is it inherently more dangerous than any other sport? I would say no. I think you would agree. The bullet points of this little talk would be, you got to have good coaching. You got to use common sense. You got to properly scale.
Yes.
You got to be aware if you have pre-existing conditions that maybe there are certain movements that you should discuss with your coach or not perform. And like you said so well, check your ego at the door.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are, if you follow all that criteria, going and checking out a gym or within your gym, you're solid. Absolutely.
Yeah, right on. Well, everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please check us out on Facebook at popcornhealth.com. Give us some likes, give us some feedback. Take care.